welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll go ahead and try to reattempt to cover the multi-sig smart contracts interacting with the Maiar Exchange Smart Contracts. It turned out in the last video, there was an announcement of why I cut that last video short, but the public devnet was reset. Basically, I guess the shards that I was working on, needed to be reset in order to get this one up and running. And when that outage occurred, it pretty much knocked everything offline. But I wanted to show you that. It was in their Telegram group. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and I guess why I cut our last video short. I mean, from our last video, we can see that smart contracts are not accessible again, and we made it as far as having our multi-sig smart contract pair, wrap eGLD, convert eGLD to MEX, and pair one eGLD with one MEX equal proportion somewhat into an LP pair. But right after that, that's when everything just kind of got abruptly disconnected. And we also created a multi-sig smart contract that was payable and payable by the other smart contracts. So I think we'll go ahead and try and attempt this again from start to finish and make one fluent continuity video. I'll still leave the other one up because I think it's a good idea to show the struggles, that I'm a real human being, that I go through pretty much the same thing that you're probably going through as you're exploring you're researching on your journey to learn the Elrond blockchain. I am in no way, shape, or form a savant or a talented person. I'm learning this just as much as you probably are, and I want to show you those pains and struggles. So let's go ahead and get started, and fingers crossed, let's see if we can go through this again. And for the sake of time in the video, I'm just going to maybe make a copy here and use the same notes of where we left off. I'll call this 3A, and I'll call this 3B. Alright, so that way I'll post the link to 3A in the failure video in the description, so you know it closely follows that, and 3B will be our new clean attempt at it again. So real quick, I'm going to take a look to see if our primary board member wallet is still accessible in the devnet, if that got erased or not, or if I need to create another one. Okay, it looks like it's working. I wasn't sure, so I logged into my other accounts that I had set up, because when that devnet went down, this wallet was inaccessible, but my other wallets were. So I don't know if it's a shard thing, but in a test I use those other wallets to send their faucet drips to this wallet to give us some more to work with. And maybe, who knows, me sending the funds to this wallet kickstarted it to put it back on the radar. I don't know, but I did it anyway. But it looks like our wallet's there, retains some of the info. It looks good. So let's go ahead and give this a try. Alright, so we're in YouTube demos. Fantastic. Alright, so in our last video, we mentioned that you can use the erdpy command and set up these flags right here to do metadata payable and metadata payable by smart contract. These flags, again, can be seen here. right in this section. So, we could run this to generate the command, but instead, I was discussing the use of the erdpy.json file. And you can preset the variables here as a nice little template so you don't have to keep re-entering all these words here. So the only caveat is you have to have the erdpy.json file inside the folder, the root of the folder of the smart contract. In this case, it's multisig. It's right there in the root. So let me just make sure that some of these commands here work, or some of the path the files are recognized being in this level of the directory. Okay. So it's double layered, so multisig. There we are, you can see our erd.json file. Okay. Now, since the erdpy is here, we're making reference to this wallet. Let's see if we are able to. Looks good. So if we were to run this command, it should work. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Whoops. So I already CD'd into it, change directory. And now I think this verbose was the thing that threw us off, so I'm doing without that this time. And you can see all the variables are listed right there. Because in the erdpy, we set the arguments. You need 3 out of the 4 voters, and you do have to add even the author if he's intended to be, they are intended to be a voter or board member. You do have to add them even though they're the author of the smart contract. I also upped the gas fees for this. I guess it's a bigger type of smart contract. It requires more gas to process and run the file, but yeah. So, let's see our output. This contract address is this one, so we're going to use this in our notes. So let's take a look. Alrighty, it looks good. Address is that, right? Okay. And yep, payable, that's the author. Excellent. And it's a fresh, vanilla, clean, multi-sig smart contract that is payable. Alright, so now, everywhere we see this, we should replace with this. So let's see. Alright. Save that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is fund the smart contract. So we got it all updated. Ugh. Alright. Doesn't look like it likes that, eh? So now that we deployed the smart contract, maybe if I can just go back one. Let's try this again. There it is. It's able to find the wallets now. Now, I I don't think we actually need to do a deposit though. I'm wondering if we can just, oh, we're calling that and using the PEMTEP funding. I guess we still have to. Alright, so it looks like we got it. Looks good. So now we'll go ahead and have the multisig smart contract wrap some eGLD. To save time here, I'm gonna do 2 equal portions. So that way we can use one wrapped eGLD to swap for MEX later on. So we're calling our smart contract to have our multisig smart contract. We're going to propose a transfer execute and sending it over to the Maiar Exchange Smart Contract that handles wrapping eGLD. And you can extrapolate this smart contract when you actually go onto the Maiar Exchange, and kind of like what we did before, right? Where we go on here. And once you're on the exchange, you can wrap your eGLD, right? And when you wrap it, there's the command that we're going to have to pass in, the amount, and here's a smart contract. 00UH, 00UH. Alright, so let's give it a shot. Okay, while that's running. You know what, I use a string to deposit. So I'm not sure if it'll cause any conflict, but usually you only use that deposit if the smart contract is not payable. It's a second vote already. Interesting. I don't know what the first one was. I think the first one was to actually, let's see. No. It's a call to, okay, that one's that one. What is this one? Maybe I sent it twice? Alright, well, let's give it a go. But, usually you'd use this deposit. You notice how I put it at the end of the arguments right here, right? So that's the placement when dealing with a non-payable contract. And you can see that for smart contracts like this. So for the purpose of this video, I just made it all payable, the multi-sig smart contract all payable. That way it's a lot easier to interact with the Maiar Exchange. If you feel like you want to try and experiment with a non-payable smart contract to figure out how to get this deposit in the syntax, feel free by all means. And you know what? Post your findings, in some comments on the GitHub. Maybe I'll make a video on how you found that out. Maybe do a runbook and I'll cover it, or post it in the comments below. I'm all open for that. In the end, it's helping out the community, and that's the objective here. So, let's go with the first vote. Let's see what happens here. I'm not sure why this got sent twice. Maybe that finger did or something, but we'll see. Perform the action. I'm drinking a nice medium blend Jose organic coffee. It's pretty nice. If you ever get to see that, I recommend you try some. I got mine at Costco. It's pretty tasty. Very light, mellow. It has like a creamy taste to it. Okay, it looks like that worked. And you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and approve the second one since we have that in queue anyway. Mm-hmm. It's not what I wanted. This is what I want. And there we go. Alright. Alright, now the next step is to wrap. So take some of the wrapped EGLD and swap it for MEX. So in the previous video I showed you how I took personal interactions with the Maiar Exchange and figured out how to deconstruct it. Basically we're making a smart contract call and onto the Maiar Exchange Smart Contract and passing in this function and these arguments right here. Now the thing that was funny is we have to figure out how to take the personal transaction data and nest it and embed it into the multi-sig because it's like a double layered one. We're calling the multi-sig smart contract to call the Maiar smart contract to do that. So it's like taking this and embedding it. So there we are. We finally found out which one works. So this is our smart contract for the multi-sig. This time we're actually passing in the function of the multi-sig contract, which is propose an asynchronous call. And you'll notice in the arguments of this, then we're passing in the swap tokens feature there. So let's give this a try. Okay. See, and now this should, yeah, you know what this is? Probably the third vote. But before I hit enter, let's double check. Asynchronous call. Looks like it is the third vote. So I'm gonna hit enter. Whoops. Looks like I prematurely sent the perform action. So it should fail, but I'll do another vote. Now we finally got the list of 3 approvers. Now we'll perform the action again. So we'll see here, you see the perform action failed because we didn't get enough voters. So I highlighted and copied the wrong one. Got the 3rd signature. Now we're performing the action, and there we go. It actually took the 1 swapped it for the MEX. So we should have 3 wrapped and 1 MEX. Copy that number. Okay. And now we're using that here. Okay. So now that we have some MEX and some wrapped eagle, we can now create a liquidity pair of the 2. So again, I used examples of what I used on the exchange. Right here. And this is where things get a little bit more tricky. Right here. So, you go to liquidity, add that. Pick out your pair, this, and should, we would have MEX here. And when you click on add liquidity, it'll generate that data hash that we extrapolate, take the info, and present it here. Now, so that's a personal LP. Again, this is a string version of this up here. And now this is the multisig test. So I already updated the value of MEX that we have in hand. And these were some of the tests that I did but failed in the last video. So we'll just delete that. We don't need that anymore. Another personal wallet example, constructor reverse engineer. Okay, use that as an example, so I'll put it up here. And this was a 3rd test that failed. Okay. Now, if you notice, this becomes a little bit more trickier as we do this, because when you use the Maiar Exchange with your personal wallet, something very interesting happens. You're making a call to the smart contract, but you're calling your own wallet, the own board member's personal wallet. And this is very interesting. So when you see transactions on the Explorer and you see these fields filled out like that, for example, you'll see fields like this. You'll see that the from and to are the same address, and that's very confusing. But the reason why that is, as I mentioned in my previous videos, it's calling on the metachain, which is pretty much smart contract, from my understanding, smart contracts that are on the protocol level. So it's actually built in and embedded to the whole entire Elrond blockchain protocol. So instead of having to call a smart contract like we do here, you just call your own smart contract, and it's just universal that they know which smart contract you're calling when you're doing this function. In this case, the multi-ESDT NFT transfer. And they're under the constants, I think, on the docs site here. You can see a list of this here. Built-in functions, that's the one. See? So usually, I guess, from my understanding, when you do these, you can call your own address. Now, I did a claim your rewards here video, so it's another one. Go research that there. Just leave that up for example. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. Another destructive multi-sig test. Let's update some variables. That changed. You can see it went up slightly. Passing in the add liquidity. You see this extrapolated from when we personally did it. And notice that I think these two numbers here is the slippage. So I think we're sacrificing EGLD as a lower value than the full one, rather than, we want to use all of our MEX in this case. We would rather use all MEX if possible. I think that's the way it goes, but I could be wrong. So let's give this a try. Alright, so we proposed it. See if our multi-sig sees it. There it is. I believe it's the fourth transaction. Yeah, it looks like it. So we'll vote on that. Okay. 4, and this will be our fourth. Save. Prove it. We've got one signature. Another. And there it is. Add liquidity. I wonder if it worked though. Doesn't look like it took. Says it's okay. Take that, right? I'm not entirely sure why not. So I guess that didn't work. Not entirely sure why. Not that it's using this smart contract. Huh. Okay. Smart contract, call your own smart contract. And then that's the Maiar Exchange contract to handle LP creation. So, I guess maybe something to do with the slippage? Maybe changing that would work, I don't know. At this point, it's just trying anything. I guess it has something to do with the slippage, I don't know, because sometimes this command will just take and it works. Other times, it doesn't, so... looks like it failed because I didn't put in the update. It's the fifth vote now. Awesome. Wonder why. Error signaled by smart contract. And this is our smart contract. So I guess it's just some type of glitch or bug, I guess, you know? Because, you know, it's not exactly fluent or nice the way it's kind of doing this, to be honest with you. But let's take a look. I mean, what else can we do here, huh? Maybe we choose a lower number for this too, I guess? Or what if we put a higher number? At this point, I'm just really going for anything here. I mean, the slippage thing's a little bit tricky. Like I mentioned, maybe there's some call we can make that can kind of find that out for us before we draft up, or you can probably automate it, figure it out before it makes the call to figure out what the slippage is, so it automatically configures it nicely as an argument. But at this point, we're doing this manually, so it's a little tricky. We could go on into the personal wallet to the Maiar Exchange and kind of, you know, figure out what pair match numbers are at. But I mean, what are you gonna do? If the site's down, you had to do everything like this on command line, you're probably gonna have to go through this anyway. Looks like it failed again. Error signaled by smart contract got liquidity. Let's see, did I capture everything right? Call my own smart contract, right? Okay, I have 0 string multi-transfer. I'm going to there. And the 2. Right. I'm doing string to the wrapped 0, 1 full 1. String max 0. The amount of the max. String is add liquidity. At 1. And the amount. Let's see. Let's give it 12. I don't know. At this point, I'm just continuing to plug away. 7th vote. 7th vote. 7th. Vote on it. guess, what, third, fourth time's charm. Yeah, it's just not going. I don't know. Welcome to the joys and splendor. Alright, let's see. Right. We got erdpy contract call with a multisig smart contract, right? Function is proposing asynchronous call, right? Yep. Arguments is going to be car. Yep, multisig smart contract. Yep. Zero string multi-transfer. Right. Calling this to Maiar Exchange. I wonder if maybe this smart contract is wrong. Got this in my notes, so maybe we'll do it. Looks like maybe the smart contract was different. Because now this hourglass is taking more, so it's probably processing something. If this works, I'll make a note to make sure we use the right smart contract. Oh, something's going on. It's taking that. It's going to short too. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So let's take a lookie. So I'll do one max of that. Let's take that back here and add this as our alrighty. Multi-transfer, so if we confirm, and you see here address to address. So if I look at here and see what the hell's going on. From 2 is different. Here's the hash. Let's take a look at this one. Something is not right. That's the same. 2. That number is the same. This number is different. And what is this? I think it's hexadecimal. Or is this a string? String to hexadecimal. Yeah. And it looks like the number got fudged a little bit. That number's the same. This one looks different. What is that? Okay, that's the amount of EGLDMEX. That's the same. The number looks different. I guess, it's just fudging these numbers. So, let's see if we can do this. $99. Actually, we're making a call to our own wallet though, right? See, the from and to. So, yeah, something is janky. But it's probably just the order of the addresses or something. Yeah. Hmm. Because this is our smart contract, right? Right? Smart contract call against our own wallet. So, let's just try this for the sake of it. Zero A. Let's see. Yeah, that. Zero A. Okay, so hex is 10, that's zero A. Alright. Zero A. I think I got this backwards. That one went through. That one went through. Fingers crossed. Okay, what do we got now? Invalid receiver address is ours. Right, so smart contracts up from to there. So I guess did have it right. Okay, so I guess that doesn't work, eh? Hmm. I really think maybe it's just this mixture of numbers, you know? Maybe that's just it. Valid function found. What is a valid function? Yeah, 3DY should suit 3DY. See, that's the one. Okay, well maybe that was the right smart contract. Alright, well. That number. I'm replicating as much as I can. right? Hmm. Hmm. Alright, let's make it absurdly low. Ah, jeez, I don't know. Do 97. Does that work? Hmm. Well, try this out again. Just do 1 for 1. Let me just try this then. Oh, come on. 7-2. 9972. So 9972. 9972. I mean, if I'm giving it more, shouldn't it just work? I don't know. I don't know anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. No, that's weird because I got this working yesterday, and you guys saw it in my previous video, so I have no idea what's going on here. Maybe you guys can provide some better context, but me, no idea. Shoot. Or maybe we can just put this here, and this here. I already mixed that one down there. Well, let's see what happens, right? From and to, I really think something's going on here. So let's try and reverse engineer this shit. Try not to swear, but I swear to God, the Elrond team does not make this easy. Calling a contract on yourself. So why is the from showing that? Okay, we're calling this contract smart contract wallet, right? Okay, proposing the synchronous call, right? We're taking the smart contract and interacting with this one. Even this working example is doing it, right? So we're taking a wrap that and the MEX, and let's make sure that the MEX token is the same. Which it is. 289C. Yep, so nothing wrong there. We have all the variables, right? So why, for the love of God, aren't you working? Well, let's just freaking get this thing working. Let's see. Let's see if this works. I mean, just doesn't like it today, huh? Keep it 1-for-1. See me brute forcing this thing, that's for dang sure. See, it says this, but I don't want it to. Here it is, from, to. Really don't know at this point. I mean, it's like so finicky. It works and then sometimes it just doesn't. Well, let's go for broke. Let's try this iteration. Let's see, 1, 2, da, da, da. Still doing that, so this is all the same. Proposes any arguments, yep. This time we're just doing that. This time I'm putting this in there. Let's see. Buttons now. Fantastic. And this just straight up didn't even work. It's just like crap in this past. Like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. What do you mean insufficient quantity of the token? I have. Ugh. Jeez. I have all the quantity in the world. Just give it to me. I mean, you would think if I'm supplying more EGLD, you would just take it, but I don't know where the logic is. If there is a God, come on and help us out for the sake of the video. But at the same time, I guess you can see what you're in for, and pain and struggles, and why I do this for you guys. So if you do appreciate it, I do have some donations at the bottom of the comment. Feel free to donate. It definitely helps make this worthwhile. And every single time we do this, it's eating up at our gas fees, mind you, so I don't think that's very nice. I don't think these people would appreciate that you just burn through their money like this. Who am I? Let's see. Well, not that. Let's take this example and construct. So that's SDT token. Which smart contract is this? Yep. Okay. S0. SD transfer, SD transfer. This is this address. Okay. 0202. Wrapped EGLD. Is that right there? So that's a wrapped EGLD. So this right here is another 0. Right here is the value. Hex for hexadecimal, decimal. Copy you. I'm putting you there. Okay. This one is probably the MEX. So let's see. Yep. MEX 00. This one is that number. Oh my god, that already is starting to look different, eh? That's another string. That's probably going to add to liquidity. Yep. And liquidity, and here's 10. Okay. And this number. I guess if maybe you could do some mathematical formula to figure out what was the difference between these two ranges right here. But, we shall see, I guess. Seventeen, 18, gosh. So I guess that's what it was. I don't know why I didn't do it before, but we finally got something. Hallelujah. Alright. Finally. Okay, so now we'll move on, and now we're going to go ahead and stake our LP. So the working example was this guy. Alright. So we're constructing again. Constructor, multisig template, string version. There we are. Propose another call. They're going to do that to the smart contract again. Pull that off of the Maiar Exchange. This number changed, though, I'm sure, which is right here. Okay. Slight variation. Fingers crossed that we don't spend another hour on this thing. so we staked it. So now it's in our farms. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is pretty much just work backwards, and now we're going to unstake and just do everything but, in reverse. So now we'll go ahead and remove the LP. So I usually like to show the personal example I extracted out of my personal wallet, or the board member's wallet first. This is really annoying to go back and forth between Shift, Control C, and Control V. But, see transfer, and now that value changed right here. We got that over here, I believe. Let's see. Okay. And I know that this number was something to do to enter and exit same farms. So maybe I should take a look just to make sure. Okay, enter farm. Doesn't give me any number or syntax. Okay, alright. Eagle Lock, 47. I'm wondering if that's the number I have to play around with. Alright, let's give it a look. Let's just see if this works. Data on sender. These errors really don't help us out much. Alright, so that didn't go, huh? Calling the right mode. maybe it's because this is a different minted contract. Like A32B6, yeah. Let's see. Maybe that number I saw earlier is the thing that it's getting tripped up about. Ooh, so we got a signature. The first one took. I think Patty got stumped. Hmm? Oh, what? 01A chain data. Ugh, come on, man. Okay. Do you just not know? Runtime go. No NFT data on sender. Perform action. So something is getting all dumb about not knowing how to do stuff. It's probably just me. As always, computers are just doing what you're telling them to do. If just somebody could just tell us what to tell them to do, would be phenomenal. But, of course, that's just not the case, is it? Yeah, so we enter the farm. Exit farm, right? So, there's 2E. Oh, we are calling our smart contract EGLPH. I got a different number. Well, it's probably cut off right there. Okay. We are calling our right smart contract, right? Okay. And then let's see if this has anything to do with it. Open that transaction up, and what does this here say now? Fail. Quorum has not been reached. But I have two signatures. Yeah, 1B. Looks I voted on something weird. Okay. No food. Alright, I mean, so send these guys again, I guess, right? Do-do-do-do. Yeah, something doesn't like it. So if I look at this, right, we got the EGLD. Let's see. ESD transfer. I got that. And this right here. So X47, but I see this right here as a 2F. Let's try 47, I guess. Do 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 do. Okay, sending in my vote. Let's try 2F. Let's just update that to be 2F for now. Let's just see what the heck happens here. Enter farm. And there's also the 0, 1. Yeah, I did 47, right? G. That's weird. Maybe it isn't? Well, we had 2 left, but let me just try this. Oops. Okay. Let's just put down 47. How's that? Just feel like them apples. Oops. Okay. D. D. 29. See that? Wait, what? That wasn't me. There it is. Okay. Alright, I guess that's what did it. Alright, so I guess, we had to, right there, so I'm gonna just copy a link of that, reference it right here. Alright. And then now we can move on with working backwards. So now to do is remove the LP. So I have some examples that I use to deconstruct and piece together my script here, or my thing commands. And then I get my approvers. Alright, so we got the testing works. So we got that. Calling to our smart contract, our multisig, to make a propose asynchronous call to wire transfer. They're doing this again. This number I think needs to be changed. And I think we're gonna have fun trying to figure out these numbers again. Right. Right. We add liquidity. Now let's take that example right around here. Because these numbers, let's see, okay. Do I use these numbers anymore? Nope. No. I'm on liquidity. I'm guessing this is like EGLD. This is this one. Just as I assumed, I'm gonna have fun trying to decouple these guys. So, let us, let's see. Let me use the numbers that I had on my other one. Yeah, it looks like in this one, we're just pretty much mix and matching again that dang slippage. So we just have to find the right combination, so it's a game of brute forcing this thing, I guess. So let's go back up to stake the LP. How about creating the LP? Works. It has something to do with this dang slippage. We're taking out that. That's how much I got. This one's how much of the EGLD, right? EGLD. This. But it also could be that and that. Maybe I'll just have that and that too. That's a tricky part because I think it fluctuates. With the amount that was in there from the liquidity pair. Probably like that impermanent loss kind of thing. 20 now. So that probably didn't work. I'll have to figure something out. Let's see, we do this number and this number? Now these numbers will change for you too, so I mean, at this point it's just kind of matching. What if we just decide to just move all, I guess? wonder if we even need to pass in those variables. I wonder if we can just get away with... Too bad you can't just set a wildcard and just have it do its thing, you know? It's like, yeah, just pull out whatever. I don't want to give you numbers. Got my thing out of there. Oops. Voting on 22 and 30. Well, we are working with the right smart contracts. That's a winner. It's just this finesse of trying to figure all this stuff out, you know? Convert. Blah, 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 blah. So smart contract, got that down for sure. We know that. Let's just say that we want one horn. Let's just go for broke here. Dun, dun, dun. Wondering, that's very finicky if it's asking you to pull out the exact pairing size. Because, like, that stuff is, like, always changing. I don't know why they wouldn't just provide you some, hey, just remove it. Whatever number it's at, just take it out, you know? There's no way you can figure this stuff out, especially if you don't have an interface to look at it. Again, probably is a way, but because of the poor documentation, nobody really tells you how to do this stuff. You're kind of like, hey, there you go. Good luck. Here's how we did it. Here's how we built out our platform. You go figure it out. You know? When we see all of these here, I guess these were all mine, but actually just give me that. So, like, how much of what is in what? Oh, jeez, are you, like, expecting me to grab all that crap? It says it's 734 though. I can't even freaking. Ugh, this is so annoying. How can anybody work on this platform? this is just phenomenal. Hey, Elrond team, if you're watching this, you guys really need to listen to our community because we are hurting here. See, it's 707. 707. If there is a God, just let it go. Let it release. Give us our stuff. Move the video along. We've been almost recording for 2 hours. See this? See the joys of this? Well. Maybe that becomes the 99 something or other. Boom. I mean, in all cases, what we could do in theory is submit a vote to move this token over to one of the board members' wallets and actually have them decouple it. Ugh, it's just horrific. If it gets to that point, I think I might actually do that because this video is already running really long. Appreciate you guys hanging in there. Really do. Alright. Well, I'm gonna pretty much send this over to the board member's wallet and see what variables we need to like construct and then do that. Actually, I think I already have one, don't I? Let's take a lookie. Right, we're going to use this one again. Okay. We are doing an ESD transfer. We are doing EGLDMEX. Okay. SD transfer EGLDMEX B. Oh, yep, okay. And then it's going to be a value. So that's the 1206. And that 1206 is the amount. This is 38.1, 38.1, 38.734, 734. So that is the amount right here. So let's see. Well, they're same number links, so I guess that's okay. All right. For EE. Okay, next one looks like a string. Remove liquidity. So after this number, you're removing liquidity. So it says. And then this is another value. $987. 3418. Slight variation. Let's use it. 71047. See, that's weird. Okay. And the next one. 109. Let's just use that number then. Twenty-six, 38. Well, something must be going on. What? Okay, that makes no sense. But it worked. EGLDMEX, but I don't see the max. It just, anyway. Not complaining. It worked. For some reason, I guess we have to go on there and find what the actual exchange rate was. Huh, well, anyway, moving along. We're in the final hurdles here, the final stretch. But now we are going to convert our MEX into EGLD now. Now clean this up. Alrighty, and function synchronous is to transfer EGLD swap to Slippage MEX. That was okay, so actually that was a personal example. Personal is a string, and now this one's the actual one that I used. Calling our smart contract. Swapping the MEX for EGLD. So let's see how much MEX we got. Nope. Rid of this and get rid of that. Once, there we are. $27, $27, and $39. Send the approvals. Signatures are coming in. Okay. Alright. So I guess it took. And then now we're going to convert this. Back into regular old EGLD. So again, I have my working examples. I'm going to get all the approvers and signatures. Copy the smart contract address. There we are, protocol arguments. Just that unwrap the EGLD. And let's make Patty suggested this time. Okay. Propose a call to this, and here I'm changing this number to the actual. I'm going to convert it all. Oh. Try it again, maybe? You know what it was? Because I had Patty do it. I should also have Adam voted in because Patty already approved it. Guess we'll have George perform the action then. So we got a signature. They already signed it, right? So now when George sends the perform action, there we go. Perform action. Unwrapped. Takes it back. Throws it back in here. And we're empty. Cool. Wow. Well, that was quite a video, everyone. Well, thank you for watching this through to the end, or hopefully you found this very useful. As you can see, since this contract's been minted, we spent over 2 hours, close to 2.5 hours doing this. As you can see, it's a very lengthy process, especially interacting with a multi-sig smart contract. But hopefully you found this useful. You see how you use the multi-sig example smart contract the Elrond team provided. But you can see its shortcomings and some of the struggles as I went through in order to get this working and to be proficient at it. Maybe in the future we can, enhance this technology and make it a little bit more user-friendly. And maybe the documentation and code can be improved as well. In the next video, I'm looking at maybe playing around and investigating the DApp, ping pong DApp application. And what I'm thinking about doing is making it connect to the smart contract and everything that we've been doing here. Maybe we can get that ping pong DApp as our template to interact with the multi-sig contract. That way we have a web interface to kind of use to interact with our multi-sig smart contract. It's going to be very rough, very raw, very dry. It's going to be a lot of script kidding and spaghetti code and whatnot, but I think you'll start to bridge the connections as we walk through it. But always, like always, just like, subscribe, comment down below, tick the notification bell, and I really do appreciate any feedback, comments, any questions, or any discoveries that you have as well. Please feel free to share to the GitHub comments as well. Yeah, if you like my content, also, I'm open to donations. As you can see, I do spend a lot of time to help out the community, and a little donation contribution goes a long way. It's much appreciated. Alright, everyone. Talk to you soon, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.